we have some more Boonboomger news. It's so hard not to say boomer news, but these are the suits that we've had. We saw the poster originally, so let's have a look. I shared this on Twitter, and basically, I think this is going to be a silly Sentai. I generally think this is going to be one of those Sentais like Zenkaija where it's going to be super silly and it's going to piss me off. I'll definitely check it out when it drops, but yeah, just about that. So these are the suits that we're looking at in a little bit more detail. And again, I just really think that they could have merged these, like the wheels, so much into it. Like back into the helmet, so it's not kind of like, here's the helmet, boom, here's this part here, here's the helmet, boom, there's the tire. Like, I generally don't think I'm going to enjoy this as much. I will give it a go, but I'm not promising anything. So the suits themselves just look really awful. We've got tires on the back. I would say probably the best part is maybe the actual suits, but look, normally it's all spandex as well, but we can actually see that it looks like it's going to be more of a jacket with the motif right there, which again, for race cars and stuff like that, fine, but yeah, I don't know what to say. So Red Ranger, so we see that we've got the main suit here, then obviously side back. This looks really cool. Like, I do like the fact that they've got the kind of like wheels on the back, and right here we see that there's going to be a slash attack because he's got a sword. We can see this how do I say, like the seat buckle right there. Morpher, I'm not a really big fan. I want to see a really clear thing, so I will see when it debuts quite soon. I'm just going to wait for the memorial version if I like it though. So yeah, it's not bad. Like, I feel like it's going to be very interesting. I'm guessing this is the weapons that they use. Yeah, there it is. I don't know. It feels like a car cleaner to me. Again, I like the fact that, are they the same? So, okay, that's pretty cool. So when you've got the kind of symbol of the tire right there, it's on the back. And that's kind of unique. I like that. Little touches like that do kind of impress me when it comes to Sentai, because I generally thought it might just be the logo or something, but the fact is that you have each one on the back. That's pretty cool. I just want to know why. Is it kind of to make it a little bit extra? Is it going to be different? Is this guy going to be using like just his fists mainly, and then he uses a gun? This kind of reminds me of, I want to say, I can't remember. Like, I don't know if it's like one of those, like, bop it, smack it, shake it type thing, or if it's like a kind of a Hoover thing. I don't know. But it generally looks okay. And Pink, obviously, she's got the symbols right there, which is kind of cool. And it turns into a sword. I kind of like that as a sword. I think that kind of works really, really, really well. I like kind of weird looking swords at times when it comes to Sentai. So that, I think, looks awesome. I really don't like, I don't like the way that the Pink Rangers. When we see here though, like, again, that could have been more brought into the helmet. So we can see a little bit more detail of that. It looks just a little bit off. Like, it gets pushed out, and it just reminds me of Starru from Starru from Thingamabob from DC. Had to think there. But yeah, like, I don't know what to, like, I'm not a big fan of the suits. The series could be absolutely fantastic, but I think the main thing is I think this is going to be a silly Sentai, and it's going to be like on Zenkaija levels, so I'm not a huge fan of that one yet. A clearer version right now, which to me, it doesn't really add much. Like, it just feels like the helmets are so weird. I think it's just the helmets are throwing me off. If they were designed slightly better, I think I'd be okay with it. This is, I'm guessing, going to be the gimmick in a way. Each Sentai needs like a gimmick these days. So I have a feeling that these trucks are going to be it. So we, expect to see King Oja, Dom Brothers and stuff. And if they do, I'll probably pick it up. But it also does kind of reveal the Megazord of what is going to happen. I don't know. Like, we have more of a HD shot, so we can see more of the helmet. I think, again, these need to be kind of brought in to kind of match it. It just looks really, really off. Yeah, I mean, a HD version, makes it look a little bit better, but I really just don't like the look of them at all. And there is a massive big headshot there as well. Yeah, it's not growing on me. I want to see them in action. I think that's the main thing. I want to see these in action before anything. And there we go. I am going to leave it there. I'm not a huge fan of these suits. I just don't, generally, they don't sit well, and I feel like again, it's going to be a silly Sentai. It's not, I mean, I know this is going to be aimed at kids, which it is always, but when you kind of go from serious, like from what I saw of King Oja, to then when you had other Sentais as well, it just kind of, to me, feels like they want to make it super silly. Maybe this would be like Car Ranger. I would expect to see a lot more of like the car theme Sentais dropping in on this one. That's how I kind of see it. But for me personally, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through and watch the entire series. King Oja was very slightly different because I just generally had no interest in the suits, because I felt like when watching them over time, like what made them look different was like the kind of like if there was like a little bit more detail on the suits, but it just felt like it was all kind of merged into one, should I say. But yeah, like for me personally, I don't know if I'm gonna completely enjoy this. I'll give it a watch for a few episodes. Maybe I'll be like, do you know what, this will grow on me, I kind of like this. Or will I just turn around and say I actually can't stand it? So I'm gonna leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you like this? Do you not? Let me know down below in the comments. How would you change these suits? Let me know, and I'm going to leave it there. If you like this sort of content, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Why not check out the Patreon as well as the channel memberships? And with that, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat, Kira Stanada, Micah Baldwin. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。